In this video, I'm going to explain why firing your clients, may actually make you more money and how it could be the best business move you've ever made. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Massive Agent channel. I am Dustin Brohm, host of the Massive Agent podcast and founder of the Massive Agent Society. I am a real estate agent here to take my 12 years of experience of doing shit wrong and teaching you how to avoid the same mistakes. All right, let me start with this. One of the best lessons that my mentor taught me when I was first starting out, he said that sometimes the best client is the one you never work with. At the time, I did not understand this. And at the time, I was new. I wanted to close as many deals as possible. I needed to close deals. I needed a paycheck, for God's sakes. I'm like, what do you mean? Like, I want to work with everybody. At least that's what I thought. But what he said burned into my brain, and I realized, learning the hard way, which I'll explain in a minute, that he was so right. And if you stick with me through the end of the video, I'll explain the client that I had, Vicky, this buyer client of mine, first couple of years I was in the business, that really helped me learn the lesson that I'm about to teach you the hard way. I'll go into all those details so you can avoid the same mistakes and you can avoid the pain. So what my mentor was trying to teach me when he said that sometimes the best client is the one you never work with is sometimes you'll work with a client that just saps your energy. They are such a pain in the ass. They are ungrateful. They do not respect your time. They are just super needy. They overstep the boundaries and they take so much of your time and your positive energy that you don't have time to then service other clients. Think about this. If you have one really awful client that just takes most of your day, you can't be working with 3 other people that same day. You're stuck with the one. And that one is like, it's draining your energy. It's stressing the shit out of you, causing you to pull your hair out. I promise you, no matter where you are in your career, you're brand new or you've been in the business 30 years, at some point you're going to have a client that's just a nightmare to work with. And you're going to realize, oh my God, I would give anything to not have to work with this person. So this is why I say sometimes firing your clients, letting them go, is the best business move. Now, sometimes you don't realize that they're going to be a nightmare client until you get into the process. I mean, sometimes they seem great and then all of a sudden they just turn into some monster. That happens. But usually you can tell there's signs that you're just not, like, you're going to butt heads with somebody. Their personality is very different than you. Maybe they're super analytical and you're super laid back, or vice versa. But maybe there's just a wild incompatibility. Those are reasons why you should consider not working with that person. Okay, just because you need to close a deal doesn't mean that you need to work with anyone. All right, if you take on a client that's not the right fit for you, and maybe they're not a nightmare client, but they're just not compatible and they cause you a bunch of stress and you're not able to get the job done for them, that's also a huge disservice to them. Think about all of their time that you're wasting. If you recognize right up front, hey, we're just not compatible, like you need a different type of agent, someone who really dives into all the little details, they're super analytical, let them go. Just say, hey, let me introduce you to an agent who I think would be a better fit for you. That client, they're going to be grateful to you for being honest. You just saved yourself a ton of headache. You saved them headache, and you could probably get a referral fee for introducing that client to this other agent. And having had a nightmare client before, someone that just takes all of your positive energy and they stress you out, and at the end of the day, you're like, why am I even in this business? And you want to quit after working with these people, you realize you're better off to not have them, because in all that time you spent that day or that week or that month or whatever, you could have been working with 3 or 4 or 5 other great clients who were respecting your time. They did not cross boundaries. They treated you as a professional. They respected you as a human being. One of the biggest mistakes that I made early in my career is not fully understanding what my mentor meant when he said, sometimes the best client is the one you never work with. Be picky with your clients. Just because most real estate agents will take and work with anyone they can because they want more clients, they want paychecks, doesn't mean that you should. Be picky. When you have standards for yourself, people will start to respect those standards. You will start to attract people who will respect that, and they know that you have standards. And guess what? When you have standards and you will not work with just anybody, people are going to be more grateful if you are willing to work with them. They're going to see you as one of the better agents in the market because you are harder to work with. You are one of those people that you have to qualify to work with. Play hard to get a little bit, all right? And also put their needs first. If you know that the client's not compatible, let them go. Introduce them to an agent who is a better fit. If you can get a referral fee for it, fantastic. But I beg of you, make sure that you are being picky. If you notice that a client is turning into a nightmare client, let them go right away. Just say, look, this is not going to work. I'm not going to be able to be your agent anymore. If they start asking you to break laws or this or that, talk to your broker on how best to handle that situation. But you can absolutely sever it. There's nothing that holds you in handcuffs to where you must work with a certain person. Let them go. Make sure that it's like, hey, we're just not a good fit, okay? If it's a real nightmare client, tell them to fuck off. But whatever you do, don't continue working with them just because you need a paycheck, because you're probably preventing a few other paychecks from ever even coming into your world because you don't have the bandwidth or the energy for it. If you found this valuable, subscribe to our Massive Agent channel. We are coming out with new videos every single week. And if you have not yet, please follow me on Instagram at Massive Agent. Send me a DM and say, hey, I found you through YouTube. Let me know what you learned so we can do more content like this. I want to do videos for you. I don't want to just do this to talk into a microphone all day long. I want to do this to actually help agents who are a few steps behind where I am. So let me know where you are, what you need to know, what was most helpful, what's missing, and then we can create videos specifically for you. Thank you so much for watching.